name is Tarek Patterson. I'm from Queens, New York. I'm 26 years old, and I've been out here in the Bay for about 4 years now. Senior year of college was hectic. I don't think I ever really gave any thought to what I was trying to do after college. Like, I wasn't forced to think about it until senior year. And then by the time senior year came around, Northwestern, being the school that it is, does a really good job of slotting you into a place that you didn't think about being, and I'm talking about consulting specifically. As I look back now, and even as I look at my peers, I see people that have like great relationships with certain professors still, and I think I may have like one or two of those, but I wouldn't really think to write an email to an old professor and say, hey, I'm feeling lost, can you advise me on this or that? And those are folks with like a lot of perspective. Some of them are career academics, but many of those same people have connections outside to people that could at least give you an added perspective on something that you're thinking about. Have deeper conversations about like what your future looks like and see how they can advise you based on what they know about you and your interests. Being Black in the Bay is interesting because there's definitely a deep history here, but it's not what you see when you walk out your door today. Like you just know that there's that history of the Bay being an impactful place with respect to civil rights and all kinds of things. And like there was a vibrant Black community here, and there still is, but it's kind of fighting for its life, and it's on us who are coming here, mostly for job opportunities, to like breathe life back into it and help carry it on.
So wherever you decide to go, let it be Oakland, San Francisco, know the history of the place and walk into it with an open mind and come into it thinking, what can you contribute? And what are you looking to learn, as opposed to like, what can I get?
Be connected, but then being mindful of the privilege that you have, just being able to come into a new place. Being able to be mobile is a privilege, and being just open-minded when you meet people who are not from there.
I told you I read that article, The Loneliness of Being Black in San Francisco, and it talked about the early jazz movement and the surrounding population, how Black people were like 1 in 7 statistically, and how now it's like 1 in 20, and how you had that push further and further. So like, do your research, know what you're going into, that way you're not setting yourself up for that emotional fatigue or failure.
One of the most accurate descriptions I've heard of like what jazz is like it's a vehicle. It's a way of thinking, of being, of expressing. And I think what that means in terms of being Black in this city is never to lose sight of like what all is possible in terms of community, in terms of our imprint on this city, our influence in preserving what all has already been built up and maintained here.
For Black people, the destination isn't set yet. We can say that like maybe in cities like Atlanta or DC, to an extent, like there's somewhat of a certainty, but it's really up in the air. I feel like responsibility to kind of be in places like this, where like, how do we set the tone?
Everyone that's a transplant, at least, is like the lone wolf of their social circle from the East Coast. It's like you're the one or the two people that I'm going to San Francisco, bro. So it seems like everyone out here is trying to cling on to the same feeling of the same like vast group of people, and replicate that here in a small microcosm of what we're used to.
But one thing I really am looking forward to is sort of like the East Coast work ethic. Going out to get breakfast is one of the most frustrating things in the Bay Area, because no one at work is working. Everyone's like talking, socializing, and it's that dope California, like, yo, I love you, man, how's your day? No, really, how's your day? But on the East Coast, like, what you want? Like, like egg and cheese, chopped cheese, Philly cheesesteaks, bam. So it's like that sort of like efficiency, I feel like will come out of it, and I think there's a way to do it without losing some of like the culture. There's definitely room for improvement.
I
I think what I found out here in the Bay is that there is a lot of great sponsorship and leadership that really takes diversity seriously, and not just in terms of getting diverse people positions, but also making sure they're being equipped to rise to leadership positions. And that's what I've seen as a really big contrast from being in the New York City kind of professional environment as opposed to being in the San Francisco tech environment.
New York is such a stomping ground. Like everybody goes through there at some point and, you know, figures out what they want to do with their life, or just like lives that life for a cool minute. But it's also really saturated. And so you might not find what you're looking for because there's just so many really qualified people trying to do what you're doing. And you might be better served by looking at a market that's not jam-packed with everyone trying to do exactly what you're doing.
My face being on the wall is like a life goal. Probably, well, we'll see if it happens. But
Like I work in tech, and I can say that I dress the way I do, I speak the way I do, down to my shoes, my tattoos exposed, my earrings, whatever, because every day is an opportunity for some non-black person to see that a professional can look and sound just like the person they're crossing the street from because they're scared or their unconscious bias is shifting them in the wrong direction. And that's dope. I mean, we get to change stuff. I love it.
All right, I'm Gerald Jean-Baptiste.
Hey, I'm Gordon.
Hey, my name is Obatala Mawusi.
My name is Bethlehem Mainalem.
Hi, my name's Jeremy Yukoa.
Hi, my name is Leslie Clark.
So my name is Vernon Anderson. I've been in the Bay for about 2.5 months.
Advice that I'd have
To anybody moving here,
First of all, know what you're looking for and seeking for in coming to the Bay.
Find your community. That's extremely important. So having a support system here.
be yourself. The Bay Area affords you an ability to be weird. And if you stick to the things that you really like and that you're really passionate about, you'll find that group and allow your social network to sort of blossom out of that network.
It's a transition. From wherever you come, the cost of living is high. What you get for what you pay is different. And these are the trade-offs that you kind of have to balance when you make the move to the Bay Area. But I found that it's worth it.
It's been different, but definitely has its ups and downs. I think I'm still working on finding a community within the area, so that's been a fun struggle. There's a decent amount of black people, depending on where you look at, so it's worth it. I think the weather is great, especially compared to Chicago.
One, pack a motherfucking coat because it's cold as shit. You think it's California, it's great. No, it's really fucking cold. I think definitely like be intentional about what kind of circle you want around you and know that it's possible to find it here.
3 tips for success. I want you to continue to show up, keep up, and speak up. You deserve to be there. Know it, own it, control it, direct it. You got it.
New York is like Verizon for black people, right? Like it's everywhere you want to be, kind of, you know? And out here it's kind of like T-Mobile, you know? It's kind of spotty, but it's unlimited, you know? Like you get your fill when you come around. That's how I feel about the community here. So, you know, you kind of got to reach for it every now and again, but I mean, when we come together in force. There's a lot of love in the room, wherever it is. Overtime, baby. Fuck them Lakers. All right, we good? Am I still on camera?